What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by So Teach Me Life Coaching Services. Today, I want to share a quote with you that is super powerful and one that really speaks to a lot of people. And it's by Henry David Thoreau, and he said, "The masses of men live lives of quiet desperation." The masses of men live lives of quiet desperation. And what I think he was getting at was that most people are living lives that they don't want to live because they have to. And that's something that I see from a lot of people. A lot of people say they can't do the things that they want to do because of this or because of that. Because I have a family. It's easy, if I didn't have a family or if I did this when I was younger. But do you really want to go through life and not see what could have been? Think about this. Think about any job that you've ever been in where there were people that were there for 20, 30 years and they weren't happy. They were pretty much jaded. They were miserable, but you had to work with them. I think for some people that are younger, and you've done some of these jobs that a lot of young people do. I worked in a department store for years when I was in high school and college, and I remember some people that were there for a long time, and they were not very happy with where they were in their lives, or at least they were unhappy with the job that they had. And I've seen it in different jobs that I've done, even more professional work where people aren't happy. The people that are doing work and they've done it for years and they love it, that's awesome. I love seeing that because you can see it in their energy, you can see it in how they interact with people. They're just pleasant. They like what they're doing, and that's what you want. If you're working with people in customer service, you want somebody that's at least somewhat enthusiastic about what they're doing. If they're trying to sell you something, you want them to at least appear that they're interested in what they're doing. And the people that really like what they're doing, those are the people that you remember. Those are the people that you say, wow, like I really had a good interaction with them. And that's what organizations want. They want people that want to be doing what they need done. But I get it. Not everybody wants to work in fast food their whole lives, which is why a lot of people move on to other things. A lot of people don't want to continue being a waiter or waitress for their whole lives. Nothing wrong with those things, but some people want to be doing something else. They want to be doing something more meaningful to them. And that's where I'm getting at today. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person that is unhappy with what they're doing for a living, because you only have one life, and we spend a lot of our time at work. We spend more time with our coworkers than we typically do with our family. So your coworkers and future coworkers will much appreciate it if they're working with people that are not completely miserable. So how do you fix this though? How do you not be that person? Be the man that's living a life in quiet desperation. That's what I want to talk to you about right now. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You owe it to life to actually do what life has called you to do. You see, we all have some gifts, some talents that we can give back to the world. And it's on us to develop that. I want you to take a moment and think about a time where you were trying something new or you're struggling with something and you went online and maybe you found a video, maybe you found a blog, Maybe you found a course to help you with whatever you were trying to work on. Maybe you're trying to work on your car. Maybe you wanted to learn some graphic design stuff, and guess what? You go online, you can find a blog, you can learn how to do exactly what you want to do. Maybe you wanted to make your own business cards, whatever it might be. People give that away freely. They give that information away freely, something that they're competent in, something that they know about, and they give it to the world. Now, we all have that. We all have something that we know a little bit more about than somebody else. And the thing is, if you have something that you're passionate about, no matter how silly it might sound, maybe you really love birds, or maybe you love fish, or maybe you like to collect baseball cards or stamps or coins, or you really enjoy history. Whatever it is, whatever you have a passion for, something that you enjoy doing in your spare time, something that you would say is a hobby of yours, if that's something that you love, it's on you to continue to make time for that. Don't lose your hobbies. Don't lose something that you have a passion for just because life happens. You see, those passions are what can drive you through life. That's something that can actually turn into something very meaningful, but it can also be something that's profitable for you if you think about it, because if you really love stamps, just using this as an example, I don't have a passion for stamps or anything, but if that's something that you're passionate about, and in your spare time you read about stamps, and you purchase stamps, and you collect them, and you go to stamp conferences if they have those, you over time will become very competent. You're going to learn a lot of information. You're going to meet a lot of interesting people in the process, and eventually you'll be one of the top people when it comes to stamps. And at some point in the future, somebody may need to have to find an expert on stamps. And guess what? If that's what you've been doing for the last 10 years in your spare time, something that you actually enjoyed, and maybe you're still working your full-time job, but in your spare time you're learning about stamps, you're continuing to read about them. Maybe you set up a blog, maybe you set up a YouTube channel, and eventually, and maybe you just have a little side business where you buy and sell stamps. Eventually, if you develop that over a long enough period of time, that's where you'll actually see stuff. That's where you see growth. Now, when you have a tree, it starts off as, an acorn or a seed, and it grows. Now, you have to remember that the same is true in a lot of things in life. It takes time. For a lot of people, they just want to jump right into it and say, I want the tree right now. I'm going to have the tree right now. But life's not like that. Life is growth. And it's over time that we learn things and we develop along the way. And something that we may start off in, you may realize that's actually not what we're meant to be. That's not really the path that we're supposed to be on. And you need to start taking those actions in that direction to figure that out. And a lot of people don't even start because they just think, well, that's never going to happen. It's too late for me, because they've gotten trapped. They're starting to live that life of desperation. They know that they have a family that's depending on them. They know that they have a mortgage to pay. They know, they have a wife at home. They have kids. They have to put them through college. And they're very busy. So they just start to give up on that. And they just start to accept, that their current job, that's their fate. That's going to be their life. But that doesn't have to be the way it is. You can take small steps in the direction that you're trying to go in your life and what you want out of life. And eventually, you'll have that tree. You'll be where you want to be. And you'll have a very fulfilling life. And you have to get started, though. That's the first step. You have to get started. So if there's something that you want to do, there's something that you're passionate about, something that you could see yourself doing that would be more meaningful than your current job, than the current life that you're living, you could start making small steps and start learning more about what you're interested in. And you can commit to a small amount of time. Commit to an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, if that's all you can do in the beginning. But make it a point that this is going to be part of your schedule, something that you enjoy, something that you're passionate about. And the more you learn, the farther along that you get, the more addicting it is. The more you're going to see that it's going to be harder for people to distract you and get you off of, your passion. I believe we all have something. We all have some passion. We all have something that we have to give. And if you feel that discontentment in your life, that unhappiness, I believe that's a sign from life reminding you, hey buddy, you forgot about something. You need to be doing what you were supposed to do. I believe we all came to this planet for something. So that's life reminding you, you need to get back on your purpose. You need to start working on your gift, something that you're going to give back to the world. So again, it can start off as a hobby, something that you enjoy, but try to figure out a way you can give it to the world. And don't focus so much on making money from it. If it's something that you love, you should be able to do it for free. And then eventually, life will reward you. I believe that life has a way of giving back to you. You might not see money for a long time, but in the process, if you love what you're doing, why does it matter? Give it away. Give away your passion. Give away your love to people, and see what it turns into. Realize that what you love, there's going to be other people that have a passion for it too. And eventually, it'll turn into something. I hope this video was helpful. Please comment, like, subscribe, and leave some comments and some topics that you'd like me to explore a little bit more, and I'll try to make a video or a blog article addressing what you're interested in. Thanks, guys.